And of course the lighting's fucked.
I had something I was gonna say as a joke, like to kick us off, but oh man, that's
Yeah, because Logitech, yeah, you're a shit company. Thank you for doing this. This is all I needed today.
What? Who's that? Who's there? It's dark, Sonny. I can't see.
Like I was getting like. By the way, welcome to the podcast. We got a hot mic here. Um,
yeah.
Like every time I open up XSplit or OBS, it's like, oh, you wanted your gain at 255? No, I wanted it at 60. Oh, you wanted it at 35? No, I wanted to just leave it alone. It looks fine now, yeah.
Webcam alone.
I'm trying to get like a good like range on everything, but you know, I'm gonna just put the house like I wanted to like make sure that the LEDs were on, but that's one of my main things. I'm trying to get like good lighting in here. So, all right, there we go. I'll just go back to normal there. You can see a little bit of lighting there, but hi everyone, welcome to the first podcast of 2021.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that you have that blank poster back there, but whatever.
I mean, who
funny. John Cena, you can't see him. We got a comedian here tonight, folks, and his name's Red Rope.
Hey, I got a joke. What did one hat say to the other hat?
Oh, what?
I'll stay here. You go on ahead.
Premium joke right there.
That's a rogue dad joke.
That's one of the ones I got from those Game Grumps bad joke things. Oh yeah, a dyslexic man walks into a bra.
Oh, a priest. Oh, what was it? It was something. A priest. Something a priest and a rabbit walk into a blood bank. The person says, "I'm A positive," or I'm type A positive. The priest says, "I'm type B positive," and the rabbit says, "I'm type O."
I remember that one. Oh yeah, so it's our first podcast of the new year. How was your guys' holidays? Were you safe? Were you able to see family?
I didn't fucking go nowhere, so no. I didn't see family. But holiday was good. Did lots of stuff, which get into and later. But yeah, holiday was all good around here.
That's good. For me, anyways, I was lucky enough that our cases were steady. We were able to see the family, our small little bubble that lives in the city. We managed to all finally get together. My sister let my nephews open their presents up in front of us so we can see their joy and then play with the friggin' things. I bought my oldest nephew this Spider-Man glove that's got like a little web shooter thing. Doesn't shoot like the silly string, but it shoots off like these little plastic discs. So first he was just running around just like shooting it without putting the glove on. I said, no, you gotta put a glove on like this, and then this. How do you put this thing on? So we're like, I was like putting it on different ways. I said, oh, bring it over here. So I put it on, strapped it on, and you start going around going shooting everyone with the discs.
There you go.
Yeah. And of course, anything I get his brother automatically becomes his as well. So it's just like, oh, you got him a Thomas Hot Wheel? I said, yeah. He's like, I'm gonna play with it. Like, well, it's your brother's toy. Let him play with it. But no, they're good with sharing. But yeah, we were thankfully able to do that, and then immediately after the holidays, and it just officially happened like a couple days ago. Like my province is in the upper levels where it's like, no, you can't see your family anymore. So like today, I was telling you guys before we started, it's his birthday, so he's got one of those like 2 weeks in between Christmas and his birthday. Like I don't care, I'm spoiling him. I drove over, gave the presents, couldn't go in, but my sister just opened the door a little bit so that I could see him open it. And first thing he does, like I get him a Hot Wheel, the Ninja Turtle van, immediately rips that open and he starts playing it. Apparently for Christmas, someone got him the Mario Kart Hot Wheels like play set. So it's like
Okay.
this gigantic Mario track that like just loops around and shit pops up, and I was just like, holy shit, like I want this. Where'd you get it? And he was showing it off. He's like, look, I got Mario and I got Toad. And then Amy's like, oh, my sister, she's like, oh, you got Luigi too. And he's like, not Luigi. And he pulled up Yoshi. Yoshi, she goes, oh, Yoshi. And I said, yeah, Yoshi. How'd you get those? I mean, you could have easily off and called him Green Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah. Short Bus Eric in the chat says, yeah, Minibus got a bunch of the cars as well, but not the track though. Yeah, that's a big track. That they like getting play sets for Christmas. They like getting like, you know, stuff that you could build tracks on. Like they're big into trains, they're big into cars. You know, it's a headache for my brother-in-law because like
Right.
she sent me a photo of him on Christmas morning opening like the big diorama, and he's just like, I gotta do all this. I gotta do all this.
That's that some assembly required thing. Is
Yeah.
an extra like, oh, you can have it fully assembled for an extra $12, or you can build this trampoline by yourself. Who needs that assembling fee?
Like, just
24
do
hours.
it. Just do
Yeah.
it.
24 hours later. You know, $12 doesn't sound so bad for getting this thing fully assembled.
All right, everyone in the pool. Oh, it's a nice barn, but it's no pool, English.
Yeah.
Yeah. My sister had a great method of keeping the kids away from the presents before Christmas morning. Like for us, it was just my mom was like, "Oh yeah, you go check under the tree before we wake up Christmas morning." Poof, they go away. They're gone.
Right.
Now, at first, when you're younger, when they say poof, they're gone, you think magic. That Santa's just going to, like, snap his fingers like Hugh and boom, they're gone. No, it was just she would take them away from you.
Ah.
Then once we got older, it was just we don't go out until Dad's off the shitter. So Dad would get up, get on the shitter. You'd sit there outside the bathroom waiting for him to get out. You hear the flush. We get all excited. We do our little happy dance. And as soon as that door opened, we bolted. But my sister got streamers from like party stores and dollar stores and just made this entire wall of streamers to the entrance and was like, if you go, we'll know because the streamers will be gone. If the streamers are down, we'll know you got there. And it's a fun little activity for them to do in the morning too, just to kind of like kind of de-hyper them a little bit. Yeah, that was our holiday. I mean, for Melanie and I, we do our tradition like after we get all our gifts. We don't like we're adults. We open whatever we want. I don't have to wait till Christmas morning anymore. I want to sleep. God damn it.
Yeah.
So we opened all ours up. I think I've shown them off a few times on my own stream. I don't have them here, so don't need to really show them off. But yeah, it was good. New Year's we just spent playing games with the G1s. Some guy here thought it was a great idea to do a 50-turn Mario Party right around midnight. I was like, are you insane?
Yeah, hey, you earlier said, like, come on, big nuts, let's go 50 turns. And I was like, well, I want to do this first. And then when we came back to it.
In the night.
I know, but should stick to it, dude. Come on.
But we're having fun playing the Nickelodeon whatever.
Yeah, that was fun.
When it worked.
That's what you want to call that.
Cut to later this month or in the next month or so. We're like, all right, we're doing a 50-turn Mario Party, but didn't we do that on New Year's? No, because it was too late.
I mean, I was good to go. I would have went the whole thing, but unfortunately,
I mean, I had a little bit of liquid courage, so I could have joined in on a 50-turn Mario Party. That's the small version of the bottle. That was my holiday season, if I'm being honest. I most of my relatives and family lives scattered, so nobody's really within driving distance. I spent some time with my dad and we opened presents, but it was like 2:00. I'm like, listen, I'm not getting up. I'm sleeping the fuck in. We'll do that later. And then it became, all right, let's see. Work is slow, so I'm just gonna play video games I want to play. And then New Year's came, and it's like, oh, I'm just gonna get drunk. I don't care. I'm just gonna drink the end of the new year away.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Christmas Day, like Melanie had a couple of clients to work with, and then I think I can't even remember. I think I may have just gotten a few matches of Halo. Most of the time was just like I had this sheet that I wrote down prior to Christmas and New Year's of all the stuff I wanted to do for 2021 for the stream.
Right.
Which I'm starting to implement starting Monday. I gotta write this all down for anyone that wasn't at the stream though to kind of reiterate. But yeah, like I've got stuff I want to do, and I've got things I want to grow, and yeah, we're about that as well here too in G1 Gamedays. I'm not just talking myself too. I'm talking about G1 Gamedays, which if you're watching this live or if you're watching this on YouTube, we're gonna let you guys all know all about that on Sunday. We're gonna have a town hall outlining all the changes we're going to be doing,
Indeed.
all the ideas that we have, how we're going to implement Extra Life goals, our new Extra Life goals. We're also going to announce what hospital we've chosen. We all know what it is. We're not going to spoil it, though. We're going to wait until Sunday. So you guys want to know...
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you.
Well, he don't spoil stuff for the general audience. He spoils stuff for us.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I didn't spoil it tonight. I coulda, but I didn't. Us good boy.
It's the Holiday Inn in Boca Raton.
At least we've gotten out of the habit of calling it a hospital, not or not calling it a hotel, not a hospital. I should say. Oh. Oh, Makoto, that wasn't Claire's fault. That was mine. I put it. I like she retweeted the best of before I was ready to post it. I was like, I was gonna post it tomorrow, but okay, let's post it now.
Yeah, the plan was a Monday release, and Claire was like, "Oh, guys, look at the best of." And she didn't even tweet. She didn't even tweet like, "Hey, this is the new best of. This is the best of 2020." She just copied and pasted the link and was like, "Here you go."
What is the IWK Children's Inn of Motel 6?
Hey, Tom Bodett, leave a light on for you.
Yeah. Well, besides the holidays, like, what have you guys been up to, like content wise? Like, we're up and now you've still got the G1 Wrestling Universe and the baseball league. I mean, Jimbo, you're part of that as well, but like,
yeah, you do something with that every once in a while, Jimbo. But yeah, they got the G1 wrestling, which, like I mentioned at the end of the stream, I'll mention again here, if you're watching this now or later. As it stands, this week is a big week. We've already had one go-home show. Tomorrow is the second. It's Throwdown on Thursday, going to start at 7 p.m. But the big show, one of the biggest shows of the year is the G1 Royal Rumble. And that right now...
The Rumble?
The Royal
Rumble
is going to be this Saturday. Now, that can change via one day, and I've mentioned on stream, if you take down the Silent Hero Boss Bar, brought to you by Silent Hero, presented by Silent Hero, all that stuff, there's going to be a whole bunch of incentives that get unlocked and done, which I've went over, but I won't go over here because, I want to keep this flowing. And last week we didn't do the baseball league because, well, the holiday stuff was ending. I had, believe it or not, I had a bunch of other stuff to do. Jimbo had work stuff to do, so we were like, yeah, we'll wait. No biggie.
We had some other behind the scenes stuff to do as well, so it was just like, you know what, let's just hold off and we'll get back to it this week.
But yeah, we're gonna get back to that this week, this Sunday. But other than that, I mentioned it on my own streams of the shows, but I only have a few small things to figure out about it. But coming very soon, and I've even teased it on Twitter, coming this year, sooner rather than later, will be an entire G1 football league with 16 different teams filled with players and people you know. Not completely, because there's apparently a lot of people that take up a football team.
Yeah, hey, real
If you
quick.
didn't know,
How many people? How many people are on a football team? Let's see if you remember.
fucking too damn many. That's how many. All right.
In case you
But
don't know, it's 53.
yeah, it's a lot. I did
Yeah.
manage to fill one of them, but a lot of them are filled with the major roles with people that you know that you're going to see on screen, possibly
AKA
making
skill
the big.
positions.
Yeah, what he said. Because
if you.
I know.
Yep.
I know a lot about football. You can tell, kind of like I know a lot about baseball.
Yeah, the
which is
match,
why- Yeah, all the matches that we had in baseball. Um, but yeah, there's some stuff I got to figure out before it can go live. Like what I'm going to do about the show in general, like what I'm going to stream with it, like what time of the week, how many games, how long even a season is to do whatever game. I still got some shit to figure out,
Well,
but
it's funny with football. It's like it's relatively short seasons, right?
16 weeks if you don't include the preseason and training camp, it's basically from September to the end of January is how long a season is.
Yeah.
In total, it's 19 weeks of football. Each team gets a bye week, yada yada yada, etc. Sport ball, we're done. No.
Well, I gotta
it's
go into
16
the
weeks.
game
Yeah.
and look at how much games I can even stream to where one season won't take like 5 years or whatever, something goofy
Hey,
like
look, it's what
that.
I'm worried about with the baseball league.
Well, the thing is, the one main thing I know, other than the baseball league, because the baseball, because of how the game is, the baseball stuff, they last like 30, 40 minutes. That's it. And sometimes they may go longer if it's extra innings, but that's it. We can do 2, 3, 4 a night, but I already know one football game will last an entire stream, like 2 hours. So
what you're saying is
damn.
you could treat it like Sunday night or Monday Night Football, where you pick one game a week and make that the broadcast game, and then simulate all the other games to kind of highlight stuff, stats and whatnot.
I might have to do that. I don't know yet. It depends on what the game has, what the game does.
Or you could
that
do
I have
if
to look into.
yeah, or if you manage to get if you manage to get it streaming for 2 nights a week, you could do it's Sunday night. Yeah, it's Sunday night and Thursday night type stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I was busy with trying to help hype up the coming G1 Royal Rumble with the complete full shows of the other timelines that came out on my YouTube, because
somehow I won a Royal Rumble.
Yeah, you won 2K18 Royal Rumble.
That really is the darkest timeline.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. If you
I heard Hydro say my voice, and I was like, "Wait a minute, no."
But it was a good show because Hydro was in it, co-comming with me. Thankfully, he did that with me. And you had a match earlier that night, and we mentioned, like, I wonder if he's going to be in the Rumble. And hey, guess what? You were in the Rumble, and you won the whole fucking thing.
I saw the tail end of it, so.
So that was nifty. But other than that, I have been trying to get through all of the like DMCA stuff with all of my stuff on putting the old like pay-per-views that I've done on to YouTube, because the WWE, like, they'll like mute the stuff on YouTube, but they'll also block it in other countries because
I know
what
this.
they do.
I know this full well from so we uploaded the Undisputed Era versus New Day match that we had on Saturday on the game day, just because of like that match had no right being as good as it was. And it's something that I actually I'm not gonna tell you how to do your game day streams on WWE Row, but I think like the creative stuff's cool, but like doing those dream matches with the established roster is also pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do more of those, but like. So what happened was that after it was done, I went back in and I highlighted because you can still do live highlights of Twitch streams. So I highlighted that. I said to export through to the YouTube channel. And when I came back, we had one copyright claim because apparently there's a Slipknot song that plays through it. So that picked it up. Even after I re-edited it and put it up, it still caught that first little bit. But then Woody, for those who don't know, for archival purposes, he throws the entire stream up on YouTube so that we'll always have it, and we don't have to worry about DMCA stuff on Twitch. There are so many copyright claims and so many blocks because of either WWE theme music or the soundtrack that 2K picks that it's not feasible to put that entire stream up for YouTube. Just can't do it. Honestly, I don't know how was it New League or New Legacy? What's the name of that group? They're YouTubers and they're Twitch streamers. They just play a ton of WWE games and talk wrestling. They've done charity stuff with Xavier Woods, Dakota Kai, Brody Lee, may he rest in peace. Thank you, Wolf. New Legacy Inc. Yeah. I don't know how they survive on a YouTube channel. I imagine it's just for archival purposes. I think they like most of their stuff is mostly through Twitch because of like subs, donations, shit like that. Daily Motion an option?
I don't know.
I mean, it's there, but like, I don't know. It's like a dirty part of the internet, I find.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you go there and it's like, hey, all these videos are here, but like their search algorithm sucks, and I don't know, you don't feel clean when you go there.
Right. And that was my major problem with putting all of those old pay-per-views that I've already done on YouTube, is trying to clean them up and using the YouTube editing and muting thing, and it's just day after day for weeks trying to get rid of that audio that always clicks the system. But I mean, I finally got it done, and they're all slated to come out, and I'm going to be caught up here within the next week or two, or here like just before the Royal Rumble, so I can be all caught up, or I think it's just after or before. I'm not sure, but like. The last pay-per-view will come out on YouTube, and I'll be caught up. But other than that, I eventually am doing a little. I tried starting a recording of a game, not streamed like I normally would. It was all majority done over the holiday, and when like the holiday was over and getting ready to go back, but I started a game, just started recording it, just me playing it, single player game, and I figured, you know what, it's essentially a let's play is what it is, and there are several videos that I have queued up. Once I get like thumbnails and stuff like that made for them, and they'll all come out, and hopefully people will be interested and watch those, because it's a game in a whole series of games. The first game in a series of one that I've always wanted to try, get into, start, but I never really had the time, and that's what I'm going to do. Among other things, I'm going to see if I can try and do with the YouTube.
But is it a game though?
Yes, it is a game. It is definitely a game.
Okay, good to know.
All right.
As well as other stuff like what I'm doing on Twitch.
Yeah.
Trying to grow and do different shit like you are.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm doing with is I'm taking the 12-hour birthday stream I did, and I was chopping it up into like more digestible, because I don't want to just throw up the whole thing, or just like, oh, here's the Halo part like for 4 hours. Here's all the Among Us stuff that we did for 4 hours. I'm just like chopping it up into like 15, 20, 25 minute stuff. just to see if it will garner anything. If not, hey, I put my computer through hell overnight rendering of videos.
Oh yeah.
It's back to where I was like 10, 12 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Doing YouTube.
That's what I had to do because
But-
I'd record all that stuff and it's like, all right, time for bed. Upload all these. Good night.
Oh no, not even upload. Upload's not bad. Like upload, like my speed's fine. Like I can upload to YouTube no problem. I'm talking about rendering. Like to try and get it at 1080 60, all the specs that they give you for YouTube. Oh god, it takes forever. But not as bad as when I used to do it. There's like old vlogs on my YouTube channel where I'm like going through and it's like, hey, here's the reason why today's episode is wrong. It's still rendering. How does it take this long to render? And I was rendering in Flash video. So that's how stupid I was. I was like, oh, Flash video is the best quality, blah, 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 and it won't take that long. Doing it any other way would have taken longer. And I had like that little widget on my computer that showed how bad the cores were running. I had a quad core processor and it was at 100% on all four. So like, if I wanted to render anything, I couldn't do anything else. And I was about to bring that up. Well, speaking of Flash, rest in peace, Flash. Adobe Flash is no longer used anywhere.
So
Homestar Runner is effectively dead, as well as Newgrounds.
That's majority of what I'm going to try and do. I've essentially learned if I'm going to be playing a game or maybe do something, hit the record button because you never know what'll happen.
Exactly. Jimbo, I mean, we were talking about like the baseball league. I mean, what do you got going?
Nothing.
No. Okay, all right, moving on then.
I'm just chilling.
No, I mean, I'm trying. My goal this year, I didn't do it so much last year because, with the pandemic and everything, I just wanted to support my friends and all my fellow streamers here on this wonderful platform.
You're a good guy.
Yeah. So I've come into 2021 with the goal to stream more personally, and obviously I started a playthrough of a couple weeks ago. I started a playthrough of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Good one to start with.
Yep, that I got to get back to at some point. And that's really about it. Just trying to plan things out. My hope is as well with my local group here that I do Extra Life with is to maybe get some group streams with them as well, because they enjoy playing fighting games as well as other games online. And
we might need to do a public service announcement. Apparently Tekken 7 is leaving Game Pass in the middle of the month.
That is correct. Yes, and
but yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Injustice 2 is coming to the thing. Personally, I'm a Tekken guy. I'd rather have Tekken. So, but
But hey, we're losing a good fighting game. But I mean,
we're still getting we're getting another good fighting game.
Coming soon to G1 Game Days, more Injustice 2 Game Days. So it's a matter of I've got a few ideas for the year, and I'm trying to see if it's feasible with some of them. And so it's just right now, it's just kind of in a holding pattern, if you will, making sure everything's taken care of here with Game Days, with my personal channel, and then maybe building from there.
Yeah.
What about you, Johnny?
Well, if you do that, we'll be there for you like you're there for us, Jimbo.
Exactly.
We love you.
Exactly. I try.
Right,
I'm trying my like.
That's
see. That's
I'm not ready for all this emotion. Just shut up. Just shut up.
We love you like you love Woody.
Woody hates me, but I love him. And if you're watching this live on Twitch, throw those G1 emotes in the chat for appreciation for all the work Woody Man does.
Yeah, do it for Woody.
I do that right now, but I got like a million things running right now. And
here, I'll show you how. I'll show you the lead. I'll take the lead on this one. There, put all those emotes in the chat for Woody Man.
I mean,
Also,
I can like, I'll get the TLDR of the things I wrote down. Like, basically, I just want to, like, my main thing is growth. Like, I want Game Days to grow. I want myself to grow. So, like, I'm doing more stuff. Like, I'm going to do my own community nights where we play multiplayer games. It's apart from Game Days. It's not on the same day as a Game Day because I don't want to step on any toes whatsoever.
Okay, so you heard it here first. You heard it here first. Johnny's going to be streaming community game days at 7 a.m. Monday mornings. Get your coffee.
Oh God. Uh,
I did that kind of stream.
yeah,
once,
I'm
where I
gonna do more stuff for YouTube too. So like more streams for like, because like my hours are getting have been reduced so much at work that like I'm gonna be taking like days where like I can't do.
Woody!
Okay.
He has a poll in chat. What should we do to Jimbo?
No.
Dan?
What should we do? What should B do to Jimbo?
Oh, what
should be
should
do
we
to
do?
Jimbo?
There you go.
It's
No.
ban, timeout, or fire. My God.
I can't wait to see the end of that poll. Anyways.
He were good.
Well, it's been fun, guys. It's been fun being on my last podcast for G1 Game Days. Remember, folks, send your applications for future host opportunities to caleb@achievementhunter.com.
God knows where that goes to.
Yeah.
But yeah, just growth. Like I'm using social media a hell of a lot more than ever, because that's really like you can't rely on one platform to get yourself over. You've got to use as many as possible. I mean, a lot of people probably get sick of me talking about TikTok, but like I've got 2 videos on there that are breaching 15,000 views, and it's just me talking about plot holes of movies, specifically
Right.
Back to the Future. I don't know why they pick up on that, and then they don't pick up on, like, I'm trying to do the trends for streamers here and there, and I'm trying to do duets with other streamers. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep
it's-
plugging away at it.
Yeah,
That's
it's the
what you
same
gotta do.
thing with YouTube. You can't control what video does good, what doesn't. Like that unboxing I did of the Xbox Series X thing, it's like that did better than any video I've put on there in a long time, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to unbox, or maybe I'd do another one.
Yeah. Like my most successful one so far for the last few months has been like me calling out Nintendo about them pulling everything from Nintendo on March 31st. And before that, like my quote triumphant return to YouTube was just here's my office tour, and I think I have like 2.5 thousand, 2,000, 2,500 views on that. A 45-minute video where I'm just like, look at all my stuff.
I mean,
It's basically it's an entitled retro YouTubers intro where it's just like, here's some chiptune music, but look at all my stuff. It's my intro. Look at my stuff. But it's like 45 minutes long instead of 45 seconds long.
Right. Oh man, it's like in a game of Among Us. People can't agree on anything. I'm looking at the poll.
Oh yeah, you're safe. It's tied. You're all right, Jimbo.
Yeah.
Oh
You
boy,
don't worry.
someone's gonna call an emergency meeting. 50-50 and I'm out.
Oh man. All right. Well, I think that's enough rambling for us for now.
Yep.
So before we move into the news, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna let you guys know the first change of the podcast is that normally I have a ton of stories to pick from. I'm gonna go with just 3. We actually, for like the time that we were off, because it was holidays, there wasn't a whole lot of gaming news that didn't involve Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
But moving forward, and I've kind of taken this consensus for the other hosts because they feel that the podcast kind of goes a little long, and I think a lot of that comes from like the news discussions. So I'm only going to pick 3 stories, and then we go into the movie review, and then into Q&A. Hopefully, that anyone that wants to come back to the podcast, we're not up, to the wee hours of the night just yapping. So
Right.
with that said,
I don't mind that myself personally, because I watch long podcasts from people. Generally, they're broken up, but yeah, keep the podcast moving, flowing. Have good boundaries.
Have some
But
activity.
exactly, we might throw a difference. Like the podcast is ever evolving, so
yeah, it depends on how much good news is out there, but a
Yeah.
general 3, that's good.
yep. And with that, let's get into the news.
Beep, boop, boop, doop, boop, boop, bah.
Jimbo adds his additional sound effect to the news story. So
Every time he's on, he does it.
I know.
I'm not going to dwell too much on Cyberpunk because, other news outlets
shit
have,
show.
like, they've beaten
beat
the
it into
horse so
ground.
bad it's become a fine paste.
Yeah.
But I will just want to talk about the refunds fiasco that happened immediately after we recorded the last podcast. So, if you had bought Cyberpunk 2077 on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, CD Projekt Red had a statement basically stating, a statement that states, yeah, and it's blistering yellow, that if you decide to stick around for the patches, here's their roadmap. But we want everyone to buy our games to be satisfied with their purchase. We would appreciate it if you would give us a chance, but if you're not pleased with the game on your console and you don't want to wait for updates, you can opt out to refund your copy. For copies purchased digitally, please use the refund system of PSN or Xbox, respectively. For box versions, please try to get a refund at the store where you bought the game. Should this not be possible, please contact us at this now dead email, because you can contact us for a week up to December 21st, 2020. So, let's talk about that refund for a second. So with Steam, I believe their refund policy is if you've downloaded it and you've played less than 2 hours, you can get a full refund.
If I remember correctly.
Problem being is that pre-first patch, most games crashed at character creation. So when people are spending 20, 30 minutes sizing up their vajayjay or a penai, whatever you may want to put on your thing.
Bro.
Yes. Spend that time, and then all of a sudden you're ready to play. Boom, game crashes. You didn't save. You got to start over. So when that started coming up, and then people started to get the refunds, people were like, "Yeah, I want to refund Steam." They're like, "No, you played more than 2 hours." It's like, I've literally not played the game. You want to check my save files because I don't have any. They're like, "No, can't do it." They would not budge on that. GOG, Good Old Games, which is owned by CD Projekt Red, their policy is, yeah, we'll refund everything, but if it's a newer release, give us that time frame to patch it.
Right.
So you got to jump through more hoops. PlayStation's policy was, or is, should say, if you bought the game but didn't install it, you can get a full refund. If you downloaded it, even if you didn't start it up, if you downloaded it onto your console, no refund. They since, after the outcry, they amended that and were like, okay, regardless if you downloaded it or regardless if you put any hours into it, you can get a full refund. Once again, fuck off Google. Why are you activating? I didn't even say your name. I'm going to throw my phone out of this office for every goddamn podcast because it picks up my voice and breaks up Google search. Why?
I was on the last podcast. So I was on the last.
You were on that podcast when it happened.
And the same thing happened. Yeah.
I think what were we talking about then?
I don't even remember at this point, but
it's on the best of because I put it in. I put the clip in the best of. I was like, "Shut up, Google."
It's because you.
Where
said
were we?
China,
Oh yeah.
why.
Oh yes. Sony. So Sony amended their rule and said, okay, regardless if you downloaded it or played it, you can get a refund.
Right.
And once that went out, and they said, oh, by the way, we're also delisting the game until CD Projekt Red gets their shit together.
Oh, boy.
Which a lot of people screamed, well, what about the PS5?
Yeah, there you go.
Like, there's so much, like, I don't know how it can go from, what about the PS5 version? You're not playing the PS, there is no PS5 version. There's no Series X version.
Right.
You're playing the PS4 and Xbox version. If you're playing it on your Series X or your PS5, you're playing that with the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X specs in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Specs.
They ain't got the next gen versions out yet.
I'm trying to think what other game came out where it was just like, oh, I'm playing the PS5 version. I'm like, no, you're not. You're playing the PS4 version. I think it was with like
Spider-Man. No,
Spider-Man. Like
Spider-Man.
when the PS5 first launched, if you bought one of the other like SKUs or permutations, it would automatically load the PS4 version on PS5.
Right.
Code War, probably Bugsnax. Oh, there's tons of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Xbox, I think now their refund policy is you get one per year. And I think it's like less than 30 minutes of gameplay or something like that. I can't remember. One of the reps with Xbox told me the policy while I was chatting with her back when I refunded the Street Fighter 30th anniversary collection because
that's a shit heap.
Yeah. I was just like, she was just like, oh, maybe fighting games aren't your thing. Maybe a nice shooter would be good. I was like, no, it's not the fact that I don't like the genre. It's just the fact that I don't like Capcom's
hey, you know, I like
policy.
I was gonna make it. No, okay, yeah, I saw reviews for that game and it was garbage.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Xbox One version, not pulled from stores. I think you can still buy it. They just went full refund. Now, can we talk about the physical copies? Because here's the thing, folks. Refund policies on physical media don't exist.
Wow.
They don't. If they are opened, tough shit.
Yeah.
I have only seen one individual ever get a full refund for a video game that's been opened and played. And that was Angry Joe back in the day when the Kinect was a thing. He returned Sonic Free Riders and got a full refund from GameStop. He fought, and they gave him his refund.
Oh boy.
Because the game just didn't work. The funny thing was that there was a tweet. I don't know if any other, like, I don't follow American retailers, so you guys might want to chime in if you've heard of any of those tweets. Walmart Canada and Walmart Gaming Canada specifically tweeted out that said, our refund policy is always the same. Open media, you cannot return. We will not accept refunds of Cyberpunk 2077. You must contact his email. So the whole time I'm like, this is Milton in near the third act of Office Space saying, Mr. Lundberg told me to see payroll. Payroll told me to see Mr. Lundberg. CD Projekt Red told me to see Walmart, and Walmart told me to see Project Red, and I still haven't received my refund. And he took my stapler. Like it says, like, and they're telling them, it's like, it says on the site, go contact them. It said, no, they're telling us to go to you first, and you're telling us, fuck off, go to them. So please let me know, was this the case for any retailer in the States?
Trying to remember. Not that I can recall. I mean, I think. Jeez, I don't remember seeing anything to that degree. At least, I could be wrong, but. Rob, what about you? You see any cases like that?
No. I mean, I ain't been big into that type of stuff, really. It's been, it's a hyped up game that was hyped up too much, and it's just what to get. I mean,
again, it's for me. I've always been on the side of, I think it's a game that was meant for the I say the new generation because that's what I view it as, the new generation of consoles. It felt like
it's meant for the PC and the newest generation. You're right, because the least amount of problems have been on the PC, and it shows.
But then again, they teased it before the PS4 and Xbox were things.
Exactly.
So you think that they were going to focus all their energy on getting it done for these 3 SKUs.
Right. And I mean, they eventually made, which is why they have such good faith, or had. They don't have that shit no more. With The Witcher 3, because The Witcher 3 came out on like
Right.
everything, and it wasn't that great, but they patched it like almost immediately. They patched it over various patches throughout like the first year, and then all of a sudden, The Witcher 3 is by a lot of people standing one of the greatest games out there. I mean, I personally never really played it, but okay, that's why a lot of people love CD Projekt Red, and they they got too big for their fucking britches, and I don't know who they have to answer to for this shit, but
well, the shareholders, like their shareholders, are pissed. They've lost a lot of money on refunds. We believe.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure there's a lot of blame back and forth. It's like, well, you wanted us to put it out. It's like, well, you said you could put it out. So
It sounded like someone arguing about a forest fire,
Yeah.
which is what this game is. Hey.
Depending on where you play it.
Hey.
But yeah, I'm sure there will be this, like, Cyberpunk 2077 is the new Fallout 76. So eventually it will get into some type of playable state where people won't mind the bugs that are in there.
Yeah, which is what happened with Fallout 76. It's got new updates, new
No,
DLC.
people stop bitching about it because they're like, people are like, okay, I accept this game for what it is now, and they're like, thank you.
And they put out all this stuff, fixed a bunch of stuff, and it's.
But then again, it is Bethesda, and they pay an audience to wildly yell and applaud a JPEG.
Yeah.
Or everything they put in. Was it 2 years ago, that Bethesda conference, where every time they said something, the guy went, wow, yeah!
Yeah.
We're putting NPCs in Fallout 76. Woo, yeah!
Let us never forget the Andrew WK concert with the people who were just like this the whole time. They were just like...
On their phones?
Just on their phones, like, yep.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, do you... I was going to say, do you have a green phone? But then again, I remember you using
No.
VCam.
Yeah.
Yeah, depends on where it's placed.
What am I watching? Okay.
All right. So next up, flipping to Nintendo. Nintendo officially buys Next Level Games, the developers who made Luigi's Mansion 3,
Super Mario Strikers. Give us a new one.
Okay.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. That game is fun as hell.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't want to say I might have that game on a specific thing and really would like to possibly.
Oh, you have it on GameCube? Sweet, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's an awesome GameCube game, and there was also one on the Wii, but I prefer the GameCube one because it's easier to play. You know, just saying. Maybe we'll do it somehow, some way, over the internet.
No, bro, because that would require emulation, and we don't use that here. We're all about supporting.
It's a good thing I have the regular copy because I loved that game so damn much.
Take a photo of it and set it to like a hotkey on your Stream Deck so you can be like, look, I have the copy. This isn't illegal.
Yeah, take a photo.
It'll be right there next to like my fucking copies of like Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles and Super Smash Brothers and Metroid Primes and all this other bullcrap that I have that's just in the closet.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like, you have like you have a black label Castlevania Symphony of the Night, don't you?
Yes, I do.
That's worth a cool hundo. To the right collector.
Yeah, you also saw that with the copy of Evil Zone.
Hell yeah, Evil Zone. Yeah, give me Duke Nukem as a Super Sentai character.
Oh yeah.
And freaking Colonel Campbell doing the narration. And
I've been banned from Dave and Buster's.
That's been popping up on my For You page a lot. Trying to think of something to do with that sound. That's the thing. Like, I find sounds on TikTok and I'm trying to put my own spin on it. Like, I'm trying to find my own spin on that the anime girl dance, but not actually do the anime girl dance. I'm just here for the algorithm. It's like, follow me. Maybe that's what I should do. I'd just be stone faced and be like, I'm not dancing. I'm here for the algorithm. Follow me on Twitch.
Yeah, just do one of these.
Or at least try
Yeah.
and do it
So
like after
next level
work.
games. Yeah, being bought
Yeah.
officially.
Yeah.
So good.
I mean, this is a smart move on Nintendo's part.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that this was a a thing that I usually with these kind of sales you hear rumors at least before it becomes official. But I'm all for this,
Yep.
especially if it brings us a new Super Mario Strikers.
Yeah, I mean, Luigi's Mansion, that was a damn good game. Not a lot of people talked about it, but it was a good game. Good
Yeah.
multiplayer, even.
I find like a lot of those GameCube era games, they were just like okay, or people will just complain it's not what I wanted, and then they just become cult classics, and then they become classics.
Yep.
Like I remember, like in college when the GameCube got released, like people were just like, Luigi's Mansion. Like people bought GameCubes in my classes, and we played Rogue Squadron 2 until Melee came out.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I have, talking of the GameCube, I mean, I played Luigi's Mansion, the first one. It was great. I have fond memories of, believe it or not, the multiplayer in Metroid Prime 2. Yeah, Metroid had a multiplayer mode. It was awesome. At least I think it was. And,
Parsec.
yep. So, there's a lot of good shit on GameCube that never got really gotten by people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, I got what you're saying.
Yeah, and Super Mario Strikers was one of them. Luigi's Mansion was one of them. That they are a good studio that makes some cool looking, nifty games.
Plus, it gave us Gooigi.
Exactly,
Yep.
Gooigi, best Ouija.
This news article, they also developed the Punch-Out reboot on the Wii. That was
I
good.
remember that one.
Oh yeah.
Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon on the 3DS, which apparently in other regions is just titled Luigi's Mansion 2.
Of course.
Well, I mean that's technically what it is.
Oh yeah,
but
probably.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Like I said, like with Luigi's Mansion, that was one I missed out on because of all that. And G1 Tanner says in our Twitch chat, Wind Waker. Again, like a lot of people scoffed at that because it was cell shaded, but like that in Luigi's Mansion, I played most recently in the last year and a half, 2 years or so. They're good games. They're good quality games.
That's one thing you can say about Nintendo games. No matter how old they get, generally they fucking hold up.
Yep. Well, except the N64 games, because apparently all N64 games are trash, according to YouTubers.
That's not true. That's not true.
Yeah,
at all.
they were fine for the time, but like they're like, oh, it hasn't aged well. It's like, well, really, if you
is
look
it
at,
a fine wine or a whiskey? It's a video game.
Yeah,
Right.
It was something that I can speak for myself. I could probably speak for both of you. It was something at the time that we didn't have disposable income. We had what we were given, either an allowance, birthdays, or whatever the case, or some holiday. So whatever game we played, we may have thought was great, but may have been garbage. Now, obviously, there's GoldenEyes and all the other games that people say are great. Yeah, they're great. I'm not going to argue that.
And why do you think people want a not just what they did with Super Mario 64, but a proper like what they did with the DS remake of Super Mario 64? That'd be
Right.
gangbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why people granted it's from Xbox, but why people want like a remake or a redo of Banjo-Kazooie. That's an N64 game. Do y'all forget that? I mean, come on, that's an N64 game, and it's
Wait,
great.
didn't they make a third Banjo-Kazooie game?
I don't know what you're talking about, Jimbo. That's crazy talk. Stop that.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Sorry. I may be teleported away here in a second because I mentioned it.
Yeah. All right. Last news story. Apparently, people really like their Fortnite skins because apparently Epic has so much money to burn that they bought a shopping mall and they're going to turn that into a headquarters. And I don't know why Polygon used a 3D stock image and it has Stark Industries on the side. That's not a mall.
No, that's a thing.
Oh, they're showing off the Avengers game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
or they're showing off the next building in the Fortnite map.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's. I listen. props to them for being able to get the licensing rights to have the the comic book characters and anyone that they've added with the new season. I mean, it's good business. I'm not faulting them for it, but it's just
The only thing I can think of the reasoning for this is to have a big enough space where everyone doesn't have to work from home. They can work in there and they can be safe and socially distanced, maybe. Or
I mean,
maybe they're going to hire more people and just. I'm just imagining just like a lineup that's like that shot from Attack of the Clones where everyone's just sitting at a pod. And they're just working away. It's just like, fix this bug, put this new gun in the game, or tweak this. It's like, oh, Ninja's bitching about this. Go fix that. Although I don't know, does Ninja? I don't even think Ninja plays Fortnite anymore. I think it's more he's more Valorant.
Yeah, he's been branching out. I mean, I get it. And if I was working at Epic Games, I'd call the Anan's Pretzels kiosk for my office.
Wolf makes a point in the chat saying at least they're using a giant dead building. What else are malls for now?
I mean, he's not wrong. That is as someone who has one
the big sections like the JC Penney's and the Sears and the Dillards or whatever, the big buildings in malls, those are probably going to be the Fortnite areas, whereas like the little ones, they're going to be for like those other Epic things like the Epic Store and the other Epic.
Oh, if I get a Gears of War section in my mall, I'll be satisfied.
That's good. G1 Tanner's asking, how does Fortnite not have a cereal? That's true. Overwatch got a cereal.
Right.
Where's Fortnite cereal?
Because you know damn well that cereal will be sugary.
You could make the pieces V-Buck coins.
Yep.
You could have that one for free. You would have stolen it anyway, Epic, but you can have it for free. V-Buck cereal.
I mean, who's to say they don't? Who's to say they don't already have it in like the merchandising thing? They're making so much off the skins and like all the characters in the game. Who's to say? I'm sorry, I just saw what he said. Who's to say they haven't thought of the Fortnite cereal? Oh.
Where says he wants a mall turned into a Ninja Warrior gym. I mean, those don't exist. They do have like parkour gyms.
I mean, just turn it into a giant Nerf arena, and I'm not answering Woody's question in chat.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the news. Like I said, I'm only doing 3 stories to have it quick and dirty so we can move on.
Yep.
All right, so now it is time for our favorite segment where we review movies made by Hollywood to see if they can replicate what game developers put on the small screen. But this time, this is a movie by an independent developer or independent filmmaker. I mean, if you looked at the title of the podcast, you pretty much guessed what we're reviewing. But let me hit the intro. It's time for Video Games, the Movie, the Game, the Review.
Chat.
Your added sound effects are great. All right, so we are gonna take you back to the past to play the shitty games that suck ass. We watched the Angry Video Game Nerd movie, which yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you have to honestly, you have to look at this as it's a movie made by a YouTuber. Nothing more, nothing less.
That's what I viewed it as. Yeah. For me, I'm not big up on the Angry Video Game Nerd. I don't want to say lore, but just his channel is in general. So this was like, I mean, I know the type of reviews he does, but it's like, I'm not sure what I'm watching right now, but sure, let's just roll with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's just it. The nerd, he's classic internet. He's like one of the first big YouTube stars out there, and he's still big to this day. I mean, not to where he was, but if you think about especially like I said, early YouTube, big
right.
Yeah. He was one of the first ones.
Yep. And
Speaking of big,
He's still-
speaking of big YouTubers, there's Pat the NES Punk.
Hey.
We can get into the cameos later. But yeah, so this entire movie was funded, I think, on Indiegogo,
Yep.
and it got a lot of scrutiny because Indiegogo, Kickstarter was just these brand new platforms no one really even heard of. They're like, wait a second, you can do a campaign and people can give you money to help fund your stuff, and you can give them rewards. And a lot of people scrutinize them afterwards and say, wait, this is what you did with the money? And I'm like, there are some points in this movie where it's like, hey, that's where a lot of the money went to. And then there are points in the movie where it's just like, okay, you just did this at home with your props. And I mean, there's behind the scenes stuff on his YouTube channel where it's like, yeah, I just did this at home. Mostly the miniature stuff.
Yeah, I
that
mean,
sounds
you
about
can
right.
you can tell what is what in the movie generally, but considering it was again one of the first big like independently like indie film made by somebody from the internet, it's not a masterpiece or nothing. Not saying that, but
I mean, it's something.
yeah, it's not bad, you know. It's not like tear your eyes out, you know.
It's not super
But
EP stroker either.
right.
Yeah. We go back to the. Yep, there we go. So we get the logo on there. I mean, the premise of it, and it was set up in many episodes, is that his rabbit fans just want him to review ET. Now, in this, they have to get around it because you can't call it ET because that's owned by
Oh yeah.
someone. I can't remember what
Yeah.
company made ET. So they have T-E-E. So that's how they get around it.
So it's like if you would type out he, but yeah.
And
Essentially.
yeah, so that's the thing. It's just that he doesn't want to review it. It's basically like every reviewer ever when their fans go like, you should review this, and they're like, no, I can't, and then they make a goddamn movie of their review, and they have like 5 talking points and then like a half-hour shtick, which was funny at first, and then after a while it was just like, okay, can we just hear your honest opinions now? We don't need to know what your character thinks.
Right.
Which, yeah, going back and watching this, it's definitely a product of its time. Like when reviewing, like you are a goddamn rock star if you were a reviewer, and everyone wanted to be reviewer. Like, yeah, it's a full disclosure. I wanted to be that. I tried. And I got a few things here and there, but after a while, it's just like, I don't like this. I'm bored.
This game's a bunch of poopy ass dicks covered in shit farts or whatever it is. That voice is that Aaron does during that one game, Grumps.
Yeah.
And I find like
mean, he even takes a swing at that type of thing in that movie.
Yeah. With what's the guy's name?
Connor? No.
Connor?
Cooper.
Cooper, yeah.
Yeah, Cooper.
The kid from the Bernie Mac show.
Oh, that's who that was.
Yeah.
That's sort of where I recognized him
Yeah.
from.
Yeah, I was. But he was tiny and had glasses, and then I think he did. Did he do a voice in Disney's Brother Bear?
I think so. Tell everybody I'm on my way. New friends and new places to see.
But man, like his he just I don't know what's with his character, but he goes up and down the barometer throughout the entire movie.
Yep.
Especially the third act. Wow, that was a rough thing to get through. Like this movie's 2 hours long, and it could have been like half an hour or less.
You're not wrong.
Like there's like this plot where the girl of the movie just leads soldiers on and on and on. It's like, oh yeah, I'll take you to the thing, and they just keep going and going. It's like,
yeah, they keep going. It's obviously a joke and it's drawn out, but it's like, come on.
A lot of the jokes are drawn out.
Yeah.
Also, did you recognize like the voice of the E.T. puppet?
I've been trying to place it, and I forgot to watch the credits.
That is the voice of Michelangelo from the live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And of course, because it is a movie based on a review show on the internet, you gotta get all of your YouTube colleagues in there. I mean, the ones that you like anyway. Cal Justin, Mike Matei, and there. Mike Matei is just kind of like, God, he's so awkward in that. He's just kind of sitting there, hitting. Kyle Justin's playing a song. Nathan Barnett's in there as Keith Avocary because, of course, you need Keith Avocary.
Oh
in there.
yeah,
I think that was the only one I actually recognized.
Yeah, they had him jump into a electric fence with the shovel and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the
I'm
fact
trying
that
to
the electric fence is just like a regular fence. Here, you want to know something funny about the behind the scenes about this? You think they had like this gigantic chain link fence? They had 2 pieces of chain link,
Sounds
and
about
they
right.
CG'd in the rest. So like you're banging on the thing, going like it's like don't push it too hard. That's the only 2 we have. I mean, like the penultimate to this is that. I mean, you don't even need to watch the movie to get the review of E.T. He's got the review of E.T. up on his YouTube channel. So if that was like your gigantic payoff, just go watch it on YouTube. And it was just a standard review.
Yep, it was.
Anyways,
and it was at the thing at the end of the movie that happened. So
I would have given this movie a little bit more higher standards if at the end of that, like, here's the thing: the review for E.T. on Atari is during the credits, so you need something to pad it out, obviously, because you got to put all the Indiegogo names on there, the people who contributed.
Yeah,
I would have laughed at the end if the crowd was just like kind of sitting there like, well, that wasn't funny at all. If I was watching this, I'd give you a thumbs down.
Yeah. It just it to me was one of those things. It's like, okay, so I'm not really. I know about the Angry Video Game Nerd. I feel like I'm missing some references here. Okay, so
there's a bunch of references.
Yeah. Okay, so he's gonna review ET. Okay, so that's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So when is he gonna review it? Sir, when are you gonna review this? Are you gonna review this game? One of the points I laughed at that was too funny to me. It was one of those random things that makes you laugh, but it might not make others laugh. It's just it busts you out laughing. Is in the movie whenever all the cartridges come together, the 2 guys are sitting there playing it, and the one guy just starts laughing when the cartridge gets yeeted out the window.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why, but that moment just had me laughing too hard.
Of course,
Doug.
Of course, there's a cameo from Doug Walker, and he has to get his Doug Walker scream in.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
His is like, hey, my career is completely based off of AVGN.
Mm-hmm.
No, seriously, like, no, I don't think anyone would know who Doug Walker is unless he did his little rivalry with the nerd.
Yeah.
And then I was looking through the credits, and I saw that like help with casting, Channel Awesome crew. I'm like, that didn't age well.
Yeah.
And then you see the Screw Attack on there, but I mean, Nerd was still associated with it with Screw Attack at that point. I mean, you can't really judge this so much as like on the level that we rated all these other movies.
Yeah,
but it's certainly better than Noobs.
Oh yes, you beat me to it, Johnny. It is 100% better than Noobs. Oh man,
Yeah,
many things we like to leave behind in 2020. The movie Noobs is one of them.
Yes.
I mean, I know this is probably just me, but I know some of the effects were subpar. Some were pretty decent. But one thing, personally, I'm a sucker for, because I'm a fan of Godzilla, like old Godzilla, even new Godzilla, is when they did the miniature
destructions,
or well, not the miniature, not all of them, but the dude like going around Las Vegas just smashing stuff.
Oh yeah,
and I liked that. I liked that part.
Yeah, the OMG Grand.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it was just these miniatures that obviously somebody made, and person was in the get up, all decked out and just wailing on stuff, just beating it down. It's like, God damn it, I like this.
Oh yeah, when he was in Japan, and they preface it by saying if the satellite on his head does a 360, the world's over or whatever,
Mhm.
and he does it like 90 degrees, and everybody in Japan's like, and he's like, "I fooled you," and they all flip him off as they run away.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I applaud him for getting it done. I mean, it's probably the best movie based on an internet character out there because from what I heard, the Fred movies are horrible, even though John Cena's in it as his
Oh, I
dad.
don't even want to touch. I don't even want to look at those. And if you make me watch that,
I am
Johnny,
not
I
gonna make
quit.
you watch that. And like, I don't think these are shots fired, but it's way better than anything Doug Walker's camps ever put out because their cameras were like just pure shit.
Yeah. For me, this was just what year did this come out?
2015, 16.
Okay.
Yep, 2015. It was
Yeah,
a little thing that I said on the stream that it came out in 2015 because I looked at that and I was like,
Right.
man, how old is this movie? And I looked at when it came out, I was like, 2015.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a while ago.
It feels like forever ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's one of those things where not knowing all the references, it was okay. I didn't have high expectations because I know of the angry video game nerd. I know a kind of an idea of what he is and what he does. So I wasn't really expecting like big blockbuster thing. I knew what I was getting into when I started watching this on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Well, it is available. Like, if you guys want to watch it and you got Prime, it is free to stream on Amazon Prime. Let me see here. Let me just flip back here. Back when Screw Attack was on life support. Yeah, I think that was... Yeah, that would have been around the time that they sold the company to Full Screen. And then Full Screen bought them out with Rooster Teeth, or... It was around that time. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I opened up the wrong thing because I'm trying to get Discord open because it's time for questions. So we have a section in our Discord, which you guys should totally join if you're not. That's another thing for 2021 is I want to be more active on Discord with discussions and just stupid stuff. So if you be so inclined, join us. We have a section for podcast questions. Also, too, Woody just posted this up today. So if you guys out there are streaming, pop your link into the promote your stream section.
Yep.
Because if you stream the same time we do, it's on. We'll fight you. No, we will. We will actually, and I will look to this to potential raid targets.
Yep.
We'll send the folks over there.
Shout out. I mean, if you're playing the game with us, that type of stuff, and you're streaming, one of those things, It's a good place to do it
I don't think the Woody Man still has the animated GIF of the ending to Starship Troopers, asking us if we want to live forever.
No.
Well, the first question we have is from our former host Shiro937. He just says, "Miss me." We miss you, Shiro. We want you in more game days. We understand, work and life is tough on all of us, but when you do have the time, come shoot stuff with us or fight stuff with us, or be sus. Because I know you've got, we know you got Among Us. You played me on my birthday, so I know you have that.
We fight
dirty. Pocket sand. Donut asks, any New Year's resolutions for this year? As far as content, I think we've already talked about what we want out of 2021 for our content, not on just game days, but in general. But personally,
I'd like to. One of my goals for this year, not streaming, but for game day purposes as well as my own, is just to learn how to properly, decently edit a video. So, because then, that takes some of the stress of how awesome Woody is at doing it and getting all the best ofs out. I mean, Johnny, shout out to you for making the stuff for 2020, but Woody put together the weekly best ofs, the monthly best ofs, the best of Extra Life, which, by the way, you should go watch if you haven't already. In fact, if you're watching this on YouTube, pause this video, go open up a separate tab, and then come back and watch this, and then go watch the other video afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to.
That's your
That's one of
homework.
my. Yeah, that's one of my goals. I'd like to. I'd like to do this year is to learn how to. I don't want to say properly, but decently edit videos together, and just put. And this is for you, debaser. Just put them all on one line.
Yep. Also wrote to that fact, like when you were making those jokes in the Discord, I took a screenshot of the new intros we have for our YouTube content. I took the photo, I took the screenshot, sent it to you, but I titled it "Robe's a jerk." But it didn't turn like I was waiting for you. Like it's like if you could right click and save it, will it still be the file name? It's just a generic one. I was just like, damn it, I wanted him to see that. So just to let you know, I made that file. Robe's a jerk.
Good to know.
Just kidding.
Good to know.
Other than, like I said, content creation, for me, I was making that like for personal goals. I'm not going to be taking shit from anyone.
Oh, like
I
how
really
you-
like. I
what-
really like. This was stemming
gonna be
from
a joke.
like stuff that we were talking about prior to going live, which I won't repeat here. I had just like completely disconnected from a particular individual, which honestly, like, you know that phrase, it's just like, this is an airport, don't announce your departure. I really should have just announced my departure, but then I would be pissing off a whole lot of other people. But it's just like, I just wanted to say to him, you're betting on the wrong horse in this race here, and
Yep.
I can't be in the trenches with you anymore, man. I'm sorry. So
Yeah, no longer your
And-
foxhole buddy.
and it like I've slowly started doing that to the detriment of hope that doesn't come back to bite me. But at work, like with the whole social distancing, if I get that asshole that is like, I don't need to do this, blah, 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 I'm just like,
Yeah.
at first it's been like, okay, see ya. At some point, it's slowly starting to escalate with like, look, this is our rules. If you don't like it, I don't fucking care. I think it's like what I wanted is like, it's like, I don't care that you don't care. if that makes sense. Like, it's not like I'm not trying to be neutral. It's I'm mixing up my words, and I don't want to sound like you know who, but
We all have.
do you get what I get? You get what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. Bro, New Year's resolutions.
I don't really do that, I guess. Not big into it. I mean, if I'm gonna do something,
G1 Hockey League coming to 2020 at the end of 2021.
I mean, if there's a game that'll allow that, I'm not against it.
Again,
A G1 sports media empire. That's what
There you
Rob
go.
wants to have in 2021.
Yes. I mean,
I've said about it was an idea I had, kind of like the G1 Baseball League, but it was more along the lines of how do I put this? So with MLB The Show 20, you can do online leagues with friends. So you could have, I think, up to like I want to say six, but it's about that much people in a single league. So you could go up against your friends, and you don't have to all be online at the same time to play. You can play them at random times. I wanted to try kind of pitch that as a idea for those of us who could, who obviously have a PlayStation 4 who could do it. But I think I'm going to wait to see what 21 brings us, because if it brings maybe a little more online capabilities with that, maybe we can roll into that as well.
I mean, because they added that to the game that I currently use for the G1 Baseball League.
Super Mega Baseball Tree.
Yeah, they have online leagues, and
Oh yeah, Rob and I actually tested an online league for a minute. Because it was the something versus the Blowfish, because I kept making the Hootie and the Blowfish references the entire time.
But yeah, I mean, if something like MLB The Show, they actually go through with putting that game on other systems and make it cross-play, like
That's
they
the
said a long time ago.
that's the goal for 21.
Yeah, that'd be cool to make our own like professional-looking league. Everybody have their own team type thing. That'd be kind of awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah.
G1 frisbee golf.
Next up, this is from you, Jimbo. So you should already have an
Hey.
answer for it. If
Yeah, but I'd like
Nintendo
to hear-
offered a service similar to their SNES Online, where it's the full catalog of SNES game for the entire year for $100, would you sign up? Probably not. There's a lot of great titles on the SNES. There's also a lot of crap titles on the SNES. I don't think I'd
You're
be
not
willing to
wrong.
pay $100 a year for the entire Super Nintendo library.
I mean, yeah. When I threw that question, and it was kind of I know that I wasn't gonna have, with that price point, it'd probably get a lot of no's. But it was just an idea of, is this something? If they did something like that, would you consider? Would it be something you would consider signing up for?
I mean, they'd have to have a lot of extra little stuff to go on with it. I
Yeah.
mean, the good thing about the current like Switch Online thing is that it's cheap, essentially. But I mean, with
Yeah,
that
$20 there.
SNES and NES stuff, you get that online multiplayer. Granted, it's just 2 players, and
Mm-hmm.
there are some 4-player NES and SNES games out there.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, there are.
like hacky.
I mean,
Like all like the NHL and Madden games. Like if you had the multi tap, you could do 4 players on that.
Like
Yep.
Street Hack.
I mean-
like I said, it was a passing thought I had. And I was like, you know what? I'll throw it up, not knowing that I was going to be on the podcast this week. I threw it up in the questions. I was like, let's see what everybody says,
I mean,
because
it
I
would
know
have-
there are a ton of games on the SNES that I'd like to do. Obviously you do via Parsec, but I'd like to do online playing with folks.
they'd have some good stuff to go with it, like
Mhm.
how a lot of games are being remade, like essentially with cheats built in, that type
Yeah.
of thing. That'd be good to have for some of those older
Yeah,
games.
screw your
and
game,
stuff
screw
like
your
that.
physical game, Genie. We have a digital.
Exactly,
go.
that type of stuff. They'd definitely have to make it worth it,
Yeah.
more than just an entire catalog.
I know. Like I said, just a thought. I as well would not sign up at the $100. I think that would be a little too. I think that's too high. I'd probably do it most maybe 50, considering how much. If you look at how much like Game Pass Ultimate or even just PSN for that, or PS Plus for that matter, is a year, I couldn't justify spending anything over 75 at it. American
Yeah.
prices. I couldn't justify above $75 at this point.
All right. Fat Man says, so when do you think that VR will be possible for all platforms, except Nintendo, of course? When is Microsoft going to come through?
Switch has
Okay.
VR with Labo, granted, but it's VR. Wolf, I think, has it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
Technically, I don't. I mean, we have the PSVR and
And
I mean,
like
I
20
think-
million other headsets for PC and
Yeah.
or just wireless ones there. Like the Quest 2 is wireless.
Yeah,
Yep.
I love the idea behind VR games, and it adds a new level of immersion to things. I don't
Oh, hell yeah.
think, as by seeing when we did Bridge Crew with the three of us and Short Bus Eric. Yeah, exactly. the slowest dab you'll ever see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think. I mean, unless you have the gaming PC for it, I don't think Microsoft's. I think if I heard correctly, I thought Microsoft was not even thinking about a VR at this point. I could be wrong on that, but
No, I mean, I can't remember what it's like. HoloLens was their technology,
yeah, that's it.
was a
and
thing.
like, this kind of gave up on it.
Yeah, it's. I love the idea behind it as someone who is obviously ocularly challenged. I always look at the headsets. I'd like to try that out, but then I realized that my glasses would probably be. Oh.
A gift for
You played yourself, Johnny. But I just maybe I'm in the minority. It just never really appealed to me so much that I need to go out and get one. I mean, it's a nice idea to have, and
Well,
obviously-
the thing is, what I learned about those VR headsets, because I, like you, wear glasses,
Mhm.
you can actually program or get those VR headsets with your prescription, so you can see them
okay.
clearly. which I thought was nifty. But again, you have to
Yeah.
program it and stuff, or get a thing with your prescription,
Yeah.
which is a extra hassle. But it's there, so you don't have to use your glasses and crush them to your face.
Exactly. Yeah.
Redman,
But
if you
yeah.
want a gift for Woody, do you want a cleaner version with the microphone not in the way?
I think that makes sense.
Hang on. Get your clip button ready. Okay, ready? There, you get that one for free.
Ice kitty.
Yeah.
There it is.
I mean, Microsoft has even
Okay, your turn,
come out
Jimbo.
and said that the
What am I supposed to do?
Xbox
Your
has
turn
the
to
power for VR, so they just don't want to do it.
Dab.exe is not found.
There's our goal for 2020. Make all the hosts dab.
Johnny's dab.
There you go, Shell Shock.
Hold on, I gotta take
Send
off
it to
my
Woody.
headset for this.
Okay, get ready. Jimbo's gonna do it too.
Here's the problem: is that my camera is like right here, so I gotta see if I can do this right.
There, get that one.
There it is. Hey,
Oh,
Well,
trust
you know
me,
what
we
we're
can
gonna
find
do?
an artist. We can find an artist to pay them to make your avatar dab.
Yeah.
Make a red room.
Wait till we play when we play Fortnite.
Next up, G1 Tanner asks, what is your favorite spell in Hearthstone? I've never played Hearthstone.
Magic missile. I mean, I've never.
Oh damn it!
unfortunately,
I shouldn't have said that because my joke answer was going to be Pot of Greed. Well, what does that do? It allows me to draw 2 cards from my deck and place them in my hand.
And then I play another Pot of Greed. For me, it's just it's a game I never really got into.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I played it a long time ago, like when it first came out, but I mean, I don't remember the spells all that much.
Same. It's.
So
I
I'm
remember
not
one of
sure.
the folks we've rated in the past played it for a while, but I can't say I've picked it up myself. So,
All right.
I apologize. I don't really have these.
Mini Makoto asks, what is your dream collab for Game Days and or personal channel?
I could Austin Creed.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick. For Game Days, hopefully, if it's feasible, I would actually be down to do something with Game Attack now, because Bullen had announced they're changing up their schedule. They're doing 2 3-hour streams in the morning and afternoon. Essentially, they are killing their evening streams, which is, unfortunately, that's kind of been our biggest detriment, is that this is the time that everyone has agreed to and is only available to stream, and it kind of goes against them. And I've reached out to them like through chat and just said, like, cool on this, because I've always had to miss your evening streams because I'm streaming myself or the Game Days is doing something. So
yeah, exactly.
They've stated though that they want to do collab streams at night. They're going to be completely not scheduled, so it'll be kind of a spur of the moment thing. Be like, hey, we're playing with Bruce Green, or we're going to play with. I would love to be like, hey, we're going to go play Apex with the guys over at G1 Game Days or something like that.
Yep.
We'll see.
I mean,
like, it's not going to take effect until Monday, but, that'd be cool. Me personally, like, just anyone that's, like, streaming with me. Like, now the thing with that is that a lot of the people I'm looking to collab with or that do their streams, they tend to play the popular stuff or, the Warzone, the stuff that's free, which isn't, like, that's kind of the thing I'm doing for me personally, is I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. So I have Warzone reinstalled. I'm gonna give it an honest to God another chance. Get going with that, and we'll see what happens.
Yep.
all right.
But what are you guys?
Well, good on you for trying to take a thing on Warzone, because I can't even play it anymore with all the bullshit that they've had it. But myself personally, I'm thinking about doing more of what I've done in the past, especially with wrestling, because I've had well, Jimbo helps me with baseball, but in the past, I've had co-commentators on pay-per-views, mainly for big special things. I even tried it, and it kind of fell through for the upcoming one. But in the past, if you're part of the G1 Wrestling universe, you have a character. Like Jimbo, Johnny up there, he's got a character. I wouldn't mind collabing with anybody, especially if they had a character and come in and be their freaking character the whole time, because that shit's fun. It really is.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have a character, if you don't want to do your character, you can make one up. That's what I want to do. And hopefully, maybe in the next game, whatever the next game is, I make the G1 Wrestling Universe in, whether it be a 2K or a AEW game, depending on what they put out.
Mhm.
If it's any good and is able to do it, what I'd like to do is find a permanent collab, kind of like with Jimbo with baseball, but with wrestling, and do collabs with that. And it doesn't have to be a specific person. It's just a person that wants to do it. I don't have a real dream one. I just want somebody that, is into the same weird ass thing that I am.
Yeah.
But I mean, hell, it's like, if I could, Johnny, he put out a tweet and said that he's open for collabs. I don't know how I would be able to fit him in if, have him come in during like the Royal Rumble, because the Syrup Club are in a match at the Royal Rumble for the title. And it's like, that'd be awesome to have, but
Ooh.
I could be
they have.
I could be like Lawler. I could do commentary with you, and then like, oh, it's my match. I gotta go get back and get changed.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I mean,
then
I've
I
done
could
that
come in and do
before.
commentary for that match and just talk shit on Maple Syrup Mafia the whole time.
Yeah, because I mean, I've done that before
Yeah.
with Johnny Viral. He's shown up like before his match, or just shown up and stuff like that. I mean, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But if I could find somebody like that for a collab in the future, more permanent. But for game days, on the other hand, I'd like, this is a complete pie in the sky dream, and because I know one of the big genres that a lot of Digi-1s around here like in game days is fighting games. If we could get a collaboration, or even just have him stop in, motherfucking Maximilian,
Oh.
because he is.
Jesus Christ.
Because if we could do like a tournament, or even just a regular game day in Third Strike, and just he wouldn't even have to play. He could just come and like just talk.
Or even KI for that matter too.
Or yeah, KI. He loves KI. We love KI. If he could just show up and be like, "Hey guys, what's up? What are you doing?" Blah blah blah.
That would
Be
be
amazing.
the dream. Yeah.
Be the dream right there.
And then we end game days forever because we're not getting any better.
There you go.
Yeah. We've hit the peak.
Jimbo, did you tell your?
I mean, I mentioned Austin Creed as kind of like a like a first answer thing, and I mean, don't get me wrong, we here at G1. I mean, I don't want to speak for everybody, but we all enjoy Austin Creed's content on Up Down Down and such with the party. On my personal channel, I really don't have an idea because I mean, I don't. This is more of a knock on me. I don't really have a set kind of schedule. Like I always up if, like, example, Johnny and I running through the Saints Row games, which we got to get out of hell at some point.
Yep.
And figure out a way to
And then we're done.
properly choose.
No.
Kenzie.
We would have to do Saints Row 3 remastered.
That is
Go
true.
back and
I
do
always
that.
I legitimately always keep an eye on when it goes on sale. So I'm like, hey Johnny, just I know different prices, but I see it on sale.
Yeah.
I'll pick it up. I'll probably get it on the Xbox. But anyways, I mean, if you get, I'm always up for playing games with folks. So like, if you want to jump in, like say like a Borderlands game, or if you want to do more Saints Row, or not just not just you, Johnny, specifically, but I mean anybody. I'll play games with everybody.
Mhm.
You know, I really don't, for my personal channel, I really don't have like a
Mhm.
just I don't, you know, I don't have a set schedule, so it's just like, if anybody wants to play, I'll do my thing, and when we do game days, I'll record my perspective and such.
Finally, Shellshock Prime asks, what do you guys think Nintendo will release this year? They've been hyping the delisting of games. Something big is happening March 31st. I don't know what. It can't live up to the hype. Like people keep saying like, oh, it's the end of their fiscal year. It's like, then why are they taking games away? It makes no goddamn sense.
It's gonna be, they're gonna do I don't know. I was trying to think of something there. They're gonna
relist those games in the collection individually for more than they're worth,
yeah.
most likely.
Dream for me would be Danny Sexbang. Yeah, that makes sense, Wolf. I mean, I expect them to drop something. I don't see anything. I mean, obviously, I think they still got a fighter or two on the Fight Pass for Smash.
They have at least 3 more, I think.
3 more, okay.
Yeah.
Because
what, Min, Steve, Sephiroth. Yeah, there's 3 more left.
Yeah, I don't.
I wouldn't be surprised considering this is crap. I knew it.
I think it's the 35th. I think it's the 35th anniversary of Zelda.
Yeah, it's
so they're going to do something big with Zelda.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a collection of Zelda on the Switch.
Link to the Past remastered first-person perspective.
That would be insane. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they put out a collection like that.
I mean, didn't the new Metroid game get delayed to this year?
It's been delayed like so much because
I know
like,
it's been delayed a lot, but I thought it was set for this year.
Yeah, and also Metroid has a big thing. I wouldn't be surprised if they like put out like again maybe that Metroid Prime collection, but for the Switch.
Right.
You know, and price that at like $60.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, so I would say something definitely with Zelda. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I could definitely probably see that for Zelda and Metroid, considering there eventually is going to be a new Metroid and a new Zelda. So bring out those collections, get the money, and maybe announce something. Announce something about the game alongside it to get people to be like, yeah, I like those old games too. I'm going to buy them and play them while waiting for said new game, which they probably won't even announce a release date for because it's Nintendo.
Yeah. I think it's defaulted on March 31st, 2022. Oh, yeah. Yep. All right. Well, that was it. Thank you guys so much for the questions. And thank you guys for tuning in for the podcast. If you're watching us live on Twitch, we're going to go raid someone shortly after. But before we do that, what do we got down on the pipeline? If I can pull up the schedule real quick.
Well, I know what we're doing.
While I do that, Rob, what do you got on the docket? Besides, I mean, you've got like the Royal Rumble on Sunday or Saturday, right?
Right, and there's a link in the chat if you're watching this to go ahead and follow all of us or whatever on our own individual channels. But yeah, I got the wrestling stuff this week. Big events like the G1 Royal Rumble, but tomorrow is one of the final events till that, which generally a lot of stuff pops off to set things in motion and cement them to what is going to happen at the big show, so to speak. So there's that. Then, of course, on Sunday, Jimbo and I, over there, we're going to be getting back into the G1 Baseball League.
Yep, been away for a couple of weeks because holidays and other stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yep. But there's that. And here over the next couple various days, like this month, I got content coming out on my YouTube. And my YouTube isn't hard to find, so
Base RED.
Because like I've got one more pay-per-view coming out on the YouTube, and of course, like I mentioned
Yeah.
Nice little Let's Play series of a game that I've always wanted to play coming out. Hope you all enjoy that. Got a big premiere episode where essentially it was a mistake and I recorded it too damn long because, generally Let's Plays are shorter and cut up. But I was like, you know what, fuck it. It's the premiere episode. I'll just keep it long. Whatever. Uh, but yeah, I got that type of stuff coming. And of course, uh, my other game days this month, which are going to be a week after next, which I already know what mine is, and I'll just let everybody know it. It's going to be a game on Game Pass on the Xbox. I want to say it's also cross-platform with the PC, but it's going to be a nice little co-op game in the totally friendly world of State of Decay 2. So
Okay.
if you always wanted to maybe try that, you can come and hang out and try and survive alongside with me in that here on, what is it, the 20th? Yeah, 20th. It's my next game day.
2 weeks from tonight.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
but what
that's
you got
what's up with
cooking?
me.
Well, on my personal channel, I mean, I'm gonna get back to some Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order this week or into next week. And obviously, as Rob aforementioned, Sunday night is the G1 Baseball League, where Rod and Jim kick it off with some hot action of baseball with all of you wonderful G1s. And then, yeah, I mean that's really about it for me.
Yeah.
What about you, Johnny?
As for me, I am still trampling through Dragon Quest 11S. So we got Hero, my amiibo there. Wrong
No,
RPG,
sorry.
asshole.
I know.
Fantasy.
Okay, as someone who hasn't played a ton of RPGs, you can kiss my white ass.
Yeah, like it's been a nostalgia trick for me because like there's like so many references to the old games. There's like a section that turns you 16-bit and it makes it look like the old Super Nintendo versions. Even if the game was on like the PS2, it's still that aesthetic. I love that. And man, like the story just hits you in the feels. Like I don't know how much longer I have left on it because it's a Dragon Quest game. It's a grindy, story-driven RPG, and it takes a long time to get through. Thank you for that clip for that. That's kicking off at 7 p.m. over on my channel for today and tomorrow, I do believe. But for us here on the Game Days, Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, it'll be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Switch with Reset Patrick. Saturday, it's going to be myself and Jimbo. Kind of co-hosting the Saturday stream. We're going to be opening up the new realm to Minecraft, kicking off at 9 p.m. Yeah, kind of like where Jimbo's been at for the last 2 hours here.
Someone please bring me some wheat and some iron.
Yeah, so we're starting a new realm. It's going to be a clean slate. The old realm has been saved. If we ever want to do game days and that, we can always go back to houses. Your ship's still there.
There's a plethora of stuff that Woody has put in there as well. Like we have an idea with that, but yeah, there's a ton of stuff.
But for this, we kind of want to have like the end goal of fighting the Ender Dragon and maybe even the Wither.
Yeah, the idea is what the original idea was, which was starting to pile up and happen before I took the realm into creative. Was get to the Ender Dragon, take that out for game day, and obviously the big thing too is earn achievements.
Yeah, because that was the thing. Like before you switch to the creative mode for like Monopoly or whatnot, Vinny and I found like the portal, and then we were just working to like we made a path. We're like, yes, we found it. Let's work on getting those pearls so that we can reactivate the portal, and then we can go in. And then it was like, well, shit, this is ruined.
Yeah. That's like I said. That's one of my regrets of with that realm. But yes, I know.
I just figured we could always go back to one.
Oh yeah.
Eventually.
Also, that stream where you and Vinny found the portal. I remember falling almost to my death, but like the tiniest one block of water saved me because I look like I remember the clip. I fell and I looked down and I was standing on land, but somehow water just splashed enough to remind me I was in some type of water. And I was just like, how the fuck?
I think that's on the best of 2019.
Yeah.
And finally on Sunday, we're not having a game day, but we are having a town hall meeting at 9 p.m. So All of us are going to be in a Discord call, and we're just going to let you guys know what our plans are for 2021. Some changes, and yeah, just keep you guys up to date as the state of the game days, so to speak. So,
As well as we will be announcing what our so I was about to say hotel, what our hospital is
yes.
for 2021.
So where all our revenue is going to be going to, you will find that out on Sunday, as well as all the breadth of changes that we're going to be going through.
It's a lot of good stuff coming down the pipeline, if you will.
Yeah. All right, so that's it. So if you're watching us live on Twitch, I'm doing the raid right now. We're going to raid the Mighty Mike, who's doing some Apex Legend with some friendos. Gentlemen, care to say goodnight?
Good night. Stay safe.
Stay safe, everyone.
Don't
We'll
forget-
see you on Friday. Take care.
Don't forget to love each other.
Yes.